this is Smita Kumar and you're watching Rendezvous with Smita Kumar at Medicircle. Today we are talking to Mark Adams, CEO, Community Integrated Care, and is experienced in the field of healthcare, social care, financial services, and service industries. Community Integrated Care was founded in 1988 and is now one of the largest and the most respected charities in the UK. It is an amazing health and social care charity with learning disabilities or living with dementia. So welcome, Mark, to Medicircle.
It's lovely to be with you, and I'm impressed with your research.
Thank you so much for this. Tell us more about the Community Integrated Care.
Community Integrated Care was set up by a family GP over 30 years ago. David had a mother at the time who was struggling with dementia and a daughter who had learning disabilities. And he felt at the time that the support that the country was giving to people in these circumstances wasn't adequate, and started a charity that originally was going to be a small charity based in the northwest of England. It's now grown to be a national charity working across 450 locations with a team of over 6,000 people. And we're helping to give over 4,000 people support in their lives, whether they have dementia, as you say, or autism, or epilepsy, or just learning disabilities. But the work that the charity does every day is very humbling. It's only 3 years since I came onto the charity, and it's perhaps been the 3 most enjoyable years of my career.
Mm-hmm. That's really great to know. You have over 3 decades of experience in the healthcare industry. So how have things changed from then to now?
Oh, I mean, it's profound. I mean, not in my career as such, but in my lifetime, you've obviously had everything from transplants becoming possible, test tube babies and IVF fertility, keyhole surgery, medications that are transformational. But within my career, you've probably seen hospitals and healthcare and social care settings moving from very hierarchical organizations that really treated patients as the equivalent of the school children in a school. It was very much the kind of adult-child relationship. And now, you're moving into much more of an era of partnership and cooperation and shared responsibility. And I think that, the current crisis that we're going through with COVID is going to bring about another massive change, because it's advancing telemedicine in a way that it might have taken another 10 or 15 years. But now we're all getting used to things like this, where we're talking to, family members, loved ones, business associates, and, even family doctors. And I don't think we'll probably go back to the way we were before.
Yes, I think digitalization has taken place due to COVID in healthcare. There are a lot of video consultations and other things happening, while we always used to go to our family physician and GP even for small ailments. So I think times are changing and we are moving towards the digitalization.
Absolutely.
You have a long experience as the CEO of various organizations, and you have led several startups, turnaround, and private equity-backed businesses. So what drives your motivation?
Well, I started my career working for the National Health Service in the UK, and then felt that there was room for a small consulting business helping doctors and dentists to run their practices. And that was in the era where computerization was just starting. The medical profession was starting to think that not only did they have a vocation, but they had a small business to run, and they needed to start thinking about applying some basic business skills. Little did I realize that somebody would come a few years later and ask me to sell that business and to go and run a much larger organization. And I think for probably the first 15 or 20 years of my career, I suffered from the imposter syndrome, where I kept wondering what people saw in me that I didn't necessarily see in myself. So, you run a small consulting business with 30 people, and then you suddenly find you're running an organization with 300 people. And then a few years later, you're running an organization with 3,000 people. And so it goes on. And eventually you realize that whatever size organization you're running, it's all about not believing in your own reputation. It's about harnessing the skills of your people. And I'm a great believer in almost like the inverted pyramid, where the ideal way of an organization working is that the organization sees the chief executive and the directors at the bottom of the inverted pyramid, and everybody is focused on helping people on the front line to do a great job with their patients, with their clients, with their customers. And if the organization feels that there is a real humility in leadership, and that the credit for success goes to the people that earn it, and that when there's a problem, that's where that the senior leadership team have to make some tough decisions and step to the front. But for me, I've always liked people. I've always liked challenges. I've spent most of my career in healthcare, which is a wonderful sector, where obviously you've got incredible doctors and nurses and care workers. And if you can help them to do a great job in the wonderful work that they do, it's a very fulfilling career as well.
Yes, definitely. Community integrated care has won the Charity Times large charity of the year in year 2019. So I know it would be really feeling proud for you. And so tell us more about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's great because this is a very prestigious award. There's a lot of very talented people that spend maybe 2 or 3 months looking at lots of different organizations and judging who might win in different categories. So it's a very thorough process. And to have a charity where 3 years ago we launched a bold new vision, where we were going to embrace digitization. We were going to invest a lot in frontline technology, massively into training, and into really trying to expand the organization by bringing on board other smaller charities to join with us. And then to get that strategy recognized by our peers was a great feeling. And at the end of 2019, it really felt like we had the wind in our sails and we were going to have a really exciting 2020. And obviously it's been slightly different than any of us could have expected.
Sure. So it was really great talking to you, Mark, and we thank you so much for coming to the platform of Medicircle. It was great to know the way community care is working, especially for the patients with learning disabilities. I mean, it's really a good work you guys are doing. And at the same time, like we at Medicircle, we always try to reach out to people who are doing really great in the field of healthcare and making a positive change in anybody's life, not even in India, but across borders, like in UK, the way you guys are doing, it's really commendable. So thank you so much, Mark, for coming to Medicircle and sharing your insightful views with us.
It's been lovely to be with you, and stay safe and well.
Thanks. Bye-bye.